Hello everyone, this is Luke again, and welcome back to yet another Ninjago video onto the channel today. With season 15, with Seabound's finale coming up really soon, like in a day from when this is uploaded. Because of this, I can't really post any more theories, and I kind of disliked how Seabound sort of released immediately after the island. I can understand if they wanted to go for, oh, it's a connected storyline and all that shit, but, like, why couldn't if we waited? But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Today, since we are talking about, the finale, I'm going to be giving what I think will happen in the finale of Seabound. Now, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, please click off the video right now because it will contain massive amounts of spoilers. If you don't care about spoilers, or if you've already seen most of the episodes, then you should be able to understand what I'm about to say. So, in one of the newer episodes that were released a couple of days ago, we learned about the first elemental master of water, even though this directly contradicts the very first episode that Wojira controlled the elements, and all of a sudden there is a master of water, but we can get into that later. But this first elemental master of water was called Niad, or Naiad, and that's what apparently Nia was named after. She was named after the first elemental master of water. And this first elemental master of water was the one who defeated Wojira, not the first Binjutsu master, as this story wants you to think. But there was only one way to defeat Wojira, and that was to become one with the sea, basically. And that was a sacrifice she was willing to make in order to put an end to Wojira's reign. Now, here is where I'm going to speculate. This is pure speculation from this point. So, put on your thinking caps. Imagine what I am about to say right now as the finale of season 15. What if Nia has to do the exact same thing Niad did and become one with the sea? Remember, in an earlier episode, Maya tells Nia about the sacrifice she and Ray, her husband, made to save Kai and Nia's lives, essentially, to save them from the Time Twins. Sorry for that pause. I had to sneeze. Allergy season is coming up, and yeah. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Maya mentioned how she had to make a sacrifice, and she tells Nia this very important line: "I hope you never have to make a sacrifice like I did," or some. I don't know the exact wording of the line, but it was like that. And what Maya said will unfortunately happen in this finale. Nia will have to make a sacrifice in order to save the lives of other people. In this case, it means to sacrifice herself and become one with the sea. And basically, and essentially she die, quote unquote, sort of. Because remember what Bragi Shoot said, that the finale is very emotional. And while he isn't the best writer, one thing he isn't is a liar. I doubt he would lie about this. So, my vision is that In order for Nia to end Wojiro's reign, perhaps once and for all, this is kind of a similar case with Zane and the Overlord. I feel like they're kind of making Wojira the next Overlord character, but let's not get too sidetracked. Well, Wojira is just too strong. She is very difficult to beat. But the only way Nia can win, and for the others to win, is for Nia to sacrifice herself and become one with the sea. Now, you may be thinking, well, what about Jay? Didn't Brady also say something bad will happen to Jay? Or Tommy said, I think that was Tommy that said that, not Brady. But here's where your question will be answered. Something bad will happen to Jay, just not physically. It doesn't have to be a physical thing like dying. It can be a psychological thing like losing the love of his life. And here's why I imagine this. Nia unfortunately has to make the sacrifice of becoming one with the sea. And Jay obviously doesn't want her to do that because, because of their relationship. But Nia assures him that everything will be okay and that she'll always be thinking about him. And right when she's about to become one with the sea, Nia says those three words that a lot of criticism towards Jaya has been about, and hopefully the writers have fixed. I love you. And then she becomes one with the sea. And that's it. Jay would have to deal with the loss of his girlfriend, essentially. He would basically be falling under a deep depression, essentially, because I know a lot of people have really wanted to see another serious Jay season, because we haven't had one since the first one, which was Skybound. And a lot of people really love it when Jay gets serious or when Jay has a serious arc, considering he's been nothing but the comic relief for such a long time now. And a lot of people really want like a permanent death, and I think this will probably happen. Now you may be thinking, well, Luke, Ninjago doesn't really permanently kill anyone off. You are sort of right. It doesn't permanently do it. Like, usually it's only temporary. But here's the thing. Nia is a human character. That's one thing. She's not a robot like Zane, where Zane could just easily rebuild himself. Nia is human. Therefore, it would be way harder to write her back into the show. And personally, I think there's got to be some behind the scenes reason as to why they would probably make this ending. And I have two ideas. One, the character of Nia wasn't selling too well, to the point where Lego is just like, one of our main characters isn't selling so well. Let's see if we can get rid of them and replace them with someone else. This is where a rumor starts to come into play. There's been a rumor that Skylar will have a huge important role in the next season. And there's really nothing bigger than being the kind of sort of replacement, I guess you could say, for Nia. Now, obviously, before you make any stuff about how, her OP powers, Tommy or Briggy, one of them said that they'll probably nerf her again, because they didn't nerf her at all in season 4. They nerfed her quite a bit in season 9. And now I think they're going to nerf her even more to where she's basically on a baseline of the element of the ninja, where she's not too powerful. So, and a lot of people really want Skylar to join a ninja team, even though I think Skylar is a very poorly written character, but that's just me. personally. I just don't see any other way this could happen. Well, I did mention there are two ways. The other way I could mention is the voice actress behind Nia. Her name, as you all know, Kelly Metzger. But and I think maybe perhaps after this season, she'll retire from the show and perhaps move on to a different project, to different projects down the line. Because let's be honest here, if you really, it's kind of the same thing with the Hagmans. Like doing the show for such a long time can be fun at times, but there are some times where you feel maybe I should leave. And for the Hagmans, Ron Hunted was their time to leave. Who knows? Maybe Kelly thinks I've done what I could do for this show, and now I think I need to move on from Ninjago. I think Kirby Morrow's passing also played a role in this because, it. I think his passing really affected the cast members quite a lot, to the point where it almost damaged their overall well-being, essentially, to where they were like, "Do I really want to even do this anymore?" Um, but I don't think that will be the case. Well, actually, wait a minute. Those two kind of sort of go hand in hand, because if Nia is permanently retired, then there's almost essentially no use for Kelly to return unless it's like a side character, similar to that of Jillian Michaels when she dropped the role of Lloyd to Sam Vincent. Um, and yeah, that is what I think will happen. So, just to summarize, Nia will have to go through the same fate that her ancestor, Niad, once did and become one with the sea. She tells Jay, I love you, before or she becomes one with the sea. Jay becomes depressed after this. And I don't know, the clues just add up to me. They just add up to me. But anyways, what do you guys think of my prediction for the finale of Seabound? Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's too far-fetched? Or do you think I'm somewhat spot on? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel by clicking on the red subscribe button, and click on the notification button to see every video that I will upload. And I'll see all you folks in the next video. Bye-bye!